I am Edith, Queen of England, the daughter of the mighty Earl Godwin and wife to Harold Godwinson, the last crowned king of our beloved land. My story begins and ends in the fateful year of 1066, a year that would forever mark the end of an era and the beginning of new sorrows. I was born into privilege, yet my life was shadowed by the turbulence of our times. As a young girl, I learned to navigate the intricacies of court life, the politics, the alliances, and the ever-changing tides of favor. My marriage to Harold was not merely a union of love but also a bond forged in the fires of ambition and loyalty. Together, we sought to protect our kingdom from threats both within and beyond our shores. Harold ascended the throne in January 1066, following the death of King Edward the Confessor, who left no heir. The witan, our council of nobles, chose him as king, seeing in him a warrior and a leader capable of preserving England's sovereignty. I stood by his side, proud yet fearful, for I knew the crown would bring us as many enemies as allies. Our marriage was not without its challenges. Harold had taken Edith Swan-Neck as his first wife in the Danish fashion, a union not recognized by the church. Though he later married me, a union sanctified by the church and politically advantageous, I often felt the lingering presence of Edith in his heart. She was the mother of his children and his companion in his earlier years. Yet, as his queen, I bore the weight of duty and the expectations of our people. The storm clouds of war gathered quickly. William of Normandy, claiming the throne by a promise he alleged King Edward had made, prepared to invade from across the Channel. At the same time, Harold Hardrada of Norway marched south with his Viking horde, seeking to seize our lands. Harold, ever the warrior, met these threats head-on. He defeated Hardrada at the Battle of Stamford Bridge in September, but his triumph was short-lived. Word came that William had landed at Pevensey. Harold marched his weary army south, and I stayed behind, praying fervently for his safety. On October 14, at Swan-Neck Hill near Hastings, our forces clashed with William's. It was a battle for the soul of England. The hours dragged on, and the cries of men echoed through the hills. Then came the fatal blow, an arrow struck Harold, and with his death, the hope of our people faded. When the news reached me, it was as if the world itself had ended. I was no longer a queen, only a widow adrift in a sea of grief. They say Edith Swan-Neck was called to identify Harold's body, for she knew him better than anyone. It stung, but I could not fault her. Her love for him was as true as mine. Our shared loss bound us in silent mourning. With Harold's death, William claimed the throne. The Normans swept through our lands, imposing their rule and dismantling the world we had known. As for me, I faded into obscurity. Some say I retreated to a convent, seeking solace in prayer. Others believe I remained among my people, a quiet witness to their suffering under Norman rule. In my heart, I carry the memories of Harold, his strength, his courage, his unwavering devotion to England. I am Edith, a queen without a throne, a woman whose life was shaped by love and loss, and a witness to the passing of an age. The year 1066 took everything from me, yet it also taught me the enduring strength of the human spirit. Though my story may be forgotten by many, I leave it here, a testament to the lives we lived and the sacrifices we made for the land we loved.